Girl.
Like, what's that
Oh,
in that?
girl. Hey y'all. I don't know if anybody's gonna click into this right now because we just decided to go live.
Trying
But
something new.
it's Jay all back up in your space. So let me go on ahead and how is everybody doing out there? I hope you guys are having a good day, night, week, whatever is going on for you. I hope it's going super, super good. Any hoodle girl, I have. We're gonna do a
Mm-hmm.
little podcast. We want to kind of start this and kind of keep it going. And I think we are kind of set on the name, the Black Girl Come Up,
Black girl come up.
the BGCU,
We
like a
came up with the name
HBCU,
drunk, but we sticking to it because we real, and
in the
that's
words of
it.
T.S. Madison, just a splash, bitch. But our first agenda for this podcast is just really to be open and be honest and connect with people and get out our feelings of things that we want to say, things that we really feel, and things that we feel that other young individuals, like minded in their 20s, also are feeling. And that's ranging from anyone in your early 20s to your latter 20s, even some people
Mm-hmm.
younger than that and a little bit older than that, because everyone in today's society seems to have a stigma of being almost too sensitive
Yep.
and not being able to say quite what they feel. Because if you do, then you're labeled an attacker, a bully, misogynist, prejudiced,
Mm-hmm.
racist. When in
Playing the
actuality,
victim.
boom. When in actuality, everyone has their own feelings towards things. So, there's nothing wrong with that or whatever, girl. Anything you want to say, girl?
No, I have had my channel for probably about a year, but I've also been like battling depression. So
Mhm.
it's been so hard to keep it going because like I'll record a video, look at myself and be like,
Dude,
yikes.
I feel
So
it.
now I'm like, okay, I really want to get the ball going because I have a lot to say, and not to say necessarily that what I say is, law or, should mean something to everybody who is on YouTube. But I think that a lot of people are going through what I have experienced or what I'm experiencing right now. And it mean a lot for somebody to be like, me too.
Yeah.
So here I am.
And y'all know me. I'm the best of the Southwest, the princess up in this bitch. Y'all know I be going through problems. But okay, today we have certain topics that we did really want to hit on here on the BGCU, girl. Okay. And one of our first topics was body shaming.
Yes.
And a lot of people take body shame as, you fat bitch, sit down.
Right.
When in actuality, that is a part of body shaming. But there's other things that go into body shaming
Mm-hmm.
too.
Like, oh, you need to eat a burger. You need to eat some more. It look like you barely eat, and
Mhm.
it's like, what do you think that you're solving
Yeah.
by saying that?
It's almost to the point of like, on one end, when you're telling someone you need to lose 5 pounds, you need to stop eating, you should have a salad. For instance, Spice on Love and Hip Hop,
Mm-hmm.
when she was coming at Tokyo, who wasn't even coming for her, but when
Not a
she was
little
coming for
bit.
Tokyo, and she's like, I think she's had enough to eat. I think she's had enough to eat. And people were like, well, Tokyo's being sensitive. She's not being sensitive. That's
Right.
body shaming in a sense. And, it's pretty much putting it out there to other young kids that are bigger, that enjoy themselves, that
Mm-hmm.
maybe you shouldn't have that extra bite of food, when in actuality, you're projecting an image that you don't like about yourself onto others.
Yep.
Like, I know for me personally, with me always being smaller than all the other kids, I was always told, eat a cheeseburger, you're a stick, you're going to blow with the wind, which that did happen one time. I did get lifted by the wind. Well, girl, it was fine or whatever. I blew back like a
She's still
Cadillac,
there. She's here. So
you know. But I just know for me personally, on my end of body shaming, it was always um, a sense of like I needed to do better,
mm-hmm.
which then caused me
Like
personally,
it's something that you doing for
yeah,
like you not doing enough or you doing too much, and people like, what's
yeah.
going on? And you like, I just was
Well,
bored.
and then personally, like what would be the end result is I was being forced to eat as a
Mm-hmm.
child, and then I would get sick because I'm being forced to overeat what I could eat. And then the messed up part is that I could out eat most children.
Yeah.
I can, bitch,
You
I
can
can
eat a
still out
family
eat,
now.
girl.
You
And
see, I ain't
then,
got no snacks.
girl, I brought some in my purse.
Of
And
course.
then it's
Snack
like,
queen.
praise him. And then along with that, it turns into once you're an adult, I know for me, I had spiraling existing issues. Like as a child, from that, it stemmed from that, well, I do need to gain weight. And then I got into things like gymnastics and cheerleading and ballet, where they proceeded to tell me that I was fat and flat footed, even though I was underweight. And then spiraling into an adult, I had all these mixed emotions of, well, I should eat or I shouldn't eat. And growing up in the Black community, they tell you that, you need to eat more.
Mhm.
So then I would try to drink protein shakes and everything to make me gain weight. And I would overfeed myself, making myself sick to do that. Like, what was your experience?
I can remember one time I was in elementary school and I was always bigger, not fat but thick, like a nice butt, and I developed faster than some of the other girls. I mean, I wasn't the only girl with titties in my class, but it was like me and one other girl. And my older people in my family, and when I say older, I don't mean, oh, I was in middle school, she was in high school. I mean grown ass adults, 30 plus, like, oh, she about to be fast, oh, she gonna have kids at a
Mhm.
young age, and she ain't gonna make it to college, she might not finish high school because she looking like that. And it's like it made me feel like I had to hide my body, because if I didn't, it would overpower who I am. And so for a long time, I was like a tomboy, and I like
Mhm.
really was scared to be around boys, around men. I didn't want to be alone with anyone. And it wasn't
Mhm.
because I had the overwhelming desire to have sex. It was just like, I know how, if my own family see me like this, then
How
other
would
grown adults,
others?
right, have to see me this way. And so it was me being like not being able to take a compliment, because it's like if I seem too happy for somebody to be like, oh, you thick, then like they think, I'm automatically nasty or something like that. And it's like, I coming into adulthood, I think I
Let's see when
took,
I might go live on Instagram.
okay, girl, I think I might have took um people saying like, okay, yeah, you got a nice body, okay, you thick, whatever, blah blah. It was kind of like I wish people would stop saying that about me. And it's not like I don't know, like, that I do have a nice body, and it's not even that I am ashamed of it. It's just that it's so much other great things about me that I wish that people
Ooh,
would
we're live.
comment on.
Hey guys,
Hey,
what's up? So
Instagram.
I'm live with Kareem. We are embarking on an endeavor. Sorry, y'all, I'm going live from my phone. We are embarking on an endeavor of starting a podcast, a visual podcast. So if anybody does want to click in and watch it, that'd be awesome. If you guys want to watch it later, feel free. We are starting the Black Girl Come Up, which is
Mhm.
the BGCU, which is like, girl, keeping it real, keeping it classy. Our topics today are definitely going to be body shaming and as well as sexism among women when it comes to things like clothing, jobs, living your life, just simple things that you do. So come on
Oh
in,
my
you
gosh,
all.
clothing was a big one.
Yeah.
One time I was in high school, and like, you remember Debs? Debs?
Girl, yes.
Girl,
Debs was the
it
jam.
was popping.
Debs was the
It was
spot.
popping. So I got this outfit from there, and I mean, it wasn't an expensive store, so anybody could have had the outfit.
Yeah.
And
Girl, remember a tank
so,
top used to be like
girl,
$5 and then you could get the
girl,
other one for free. Girl, Debs was where it
and
was
that's
at. It
why it
was
was the jam.
tapping.
Yep.
Always popping.
And so me and this girl, I'm not gonna
And don't
say
mind me,
her
y'all. I
name.
already said it on the YouTube live. I just have a little splash.
A little
Just a
sip,
little, just a little splash, girl. Just a little splash, girl.
just a little
Just a little
bit.
drop. Nothing major.
But okay, I'm not gonna say her name, but I do remember it. We went to
Mm.
high school together. We had quite a few classes together, and I was, like I said, thicker. And she was skinny, and we had the same outfit on, and I was threatened to be sent home. So I said,
Hey, V.
hi.
Rihanna's in there.
And so I'm like, okay, so is she being sent home too? Like, it's only fair, right? But obviously, I was more distracting to male students and teachers. And yes, that's what I was told, students and teachers,
Mm.
because I was curvier.
Mm.
And to me, it's like it's super acceptable for a man to be distracted by a woman because of what she's
Mm.
wearing or maybe what she's saying. I don't know. But if I say like, damn, look at Danny and them little basketball shorts or
Yeah, it's
whatever.
completely fine.
People like, bitch, you a hoe. Why is you
Or
looking?
if yes, girl, BGCU, girl. You know, I've had a little splash, I've had a little splash, girl. We love you back. No, that's completely true. Like, I know when I was growing up, people were perfectly and acceptably fine with young males showing off their abs, their pecs, their muscles. They would embrace it, they would
They
encourage them
should be
on.
proud.
But if a young woman even remotely showed her midriff, showed her thighs, showed her décolletage, and yes, y'all, I
Mm-hmm.
said décolletage because I do know big words. If a woman showed her décolletage, it was such a bad thing. It was definitely frowned upon and it was looked down on. And I would just be looking like Yosemite Sam, goddamn. Like,
Right.
why can't I wear the shorts that are keeping me cool if
Mm-hmm. It's
Anthony is
hot.
able to not wear a shirt
Right.
during school hours?
Right.
Like, I know for me personally, whenever I would try to wear short shorts, they would tell me that's inappropriate. And I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
well, if you're telling me that that's inappropriate, you need to tell her, her, and her that that's inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I know that it was oftentimes because I would be told I was a distraction or I'm making too much commotion. And my thing is, if that's the
Drawing
case,
too much
then
attention.
exactly. And if I'm drawing too much attention, then you need to be teaching these other young
Mm-hmm.
kids, these young males, whoever is the case is staring at me that I'm distracting, that they need to learn how to withhold um their
Emotions.
lust,
There. Yep.
girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they need to be the ones to actually know how to calm it down.
Take it down a couple notches. And I I will say that even my mother would make comments that I was like, damn. Like one time, I wore something, it was like risque. I was in high school, so she's my mother. Of course, she has the right to be like, take that off.
Right.
And so that wasn't the problem. The problem to
Girl,
me
look at you look, it's
was
like, where you going? What you doing? No.
mhm. And the problem to me was though that she was like, oh, like if I wear this or that, I will be more susceptible to somebody wanting to rape me or force themselves on me or whatever. And
Hmm.
even at a young age, I knew that a rapist is a rapist.
Right.
And you could be wearing a turtleneck, sweatpants, a hoodie. And if a man is like, or a woman, I guess,
Hmm.
hey, equal rights, is like, damn, I'm about to, forcibly, touch this person or
Hmm.
rape them, then that's just what's going to happen. It don't necessarily matter what you're wearing, but so often you hear, rape victims come forward and they're like, the first question I was asked is, what were you wearing? And it's like,
Yeah.
why?
It's
Like,
what were you wearing? What were you doing? What
mm-hmm.
was going on at the time?
Were you drinking?
And this is my thing, is that, God damn it, if I'm gonna have to call her back, y'all. I'm getting a call, honey. I'm getting a call, girl. My thing is that if I was doing anything in a manner that displayed that I might want to have a sexual intercourse or action with anyone,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pursue that. If I tell someone no, I mean back the fuck up. I mean back the Flintstones the hell up. No gummy vitamin, back up, sis. Like, get back it on up.
Even if we did it before, even if you know me, even if I've said yes a million times, today I'm saying no.
Hmm.
And that's it. And anybody should have that right. It shouldn't be like males feel like, oh, if I'm with this girl, me and her, have to have sex, otherwise she gonna be mad, or vice versa. Because either way, it's still forcing someone to do something that they clearly don't want to do.
But you know what I've learned? I've learned that alpha males have a misogynistic way of thinking, and they just think like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna take it," and they just have this way of thinking like, "Oh, you're smiling at me or you're waving at me, and the way that you're dressed lets me know that you want this." When in
Mm-hmm.
actuality, boy, I came outside to look cute for me. I threw on
Honey,
my perfume for me,
never.
honey. This good wig, okay, this good synthetic bitch was for me. It wasn't for anybody else. It wasn't to appease anybody else. It wasn't to do anything else. It was for my purpose. If that's what you wanted to do, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But you should have kitty cat that back to your house and kept it to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then what bothers me the most is that it happens the most in workplaces. Because I
Yes.
know when I've worked with men personally, as far as sexism goes, I have, even in recent situations, in recent years, I have been called into offices about wearing shirts that are off the shoulder. I have been, okay, girl, look at my auntie coming through. But I have been, called into offices about things that I wear, or about my makeup, or about my hair. Or I was even told once, not because you would think because I'm African American that I was wearing my natural hair, that would have been the issue, is that my hair swept to the side was too alluring. My perfume I was wearing was too sensual. And a woman actually called in when I worked for AT&T, bitch. I worked for AT&T, bitch. Let me tell y'all, when you work for them, their discounts is popping. Try to get on when you can. But I had a woman call in on me to let me know that when I sat down with her and her husband to talk to them, my perfume was too alluring and was too enticing because he kept asking about my perfume. Sis, get yourself some black opium, bitch. It's $46. I won't
Right.
recommend it all the time, but get it, girl. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, I know that for me, those are things that I've had to hear is like, you're too enticing, you're too sexual. But in actuality, all I did was get up and flat iron my hair and
Right.
and put on clothes. I didn't do
The
anything else.
basics.
I took a
I
shower.
I used to work at a clothing store in the mall locally here where we live,
Hmm.
and the uniform was like a black top and khaki bottoms, but they let us wear jeggings as long as we bought them in the store.
Mm.
So I bought me some and I wore them. It was, more comfortable than wearing khaki bottoms, but I did have khakis that I would wear.
Mm.
And one day, one of the managers came to me and she was like, a lot of male customers are asking for you. And I feel like it's specifically because of your pants.
Mm.
It couldn't have been because I have good customer service or my beautiful smile.
How you
It
doing?
had to be because, damn, that ass is fat.
Like,
And so I
it's
was
your
like,
popping.
right. But I was not the only worker wearing these same pants. And so I was like, I can point out four girls right now wearing the same pants I'm wearing.
Mm-hmm.
But you asking me to not only change, but right now, right today, instead of leaving and going home to change, you want me to buy some pants from here with my money
Mm-hmm.
and change my pants because I'm a distraction. But it's like, I don't know, like, of course I understand where they're coming from. Of course, some men probably like, yep, I just like to look at her. But at the same time, wouldn't you want more customers in? I mean, it's not like they coming to look at me and giving me money personally and then
Right.
leaving. They coming
But
in, might steal a peek or two,
mhm,
and they're buying stuff from your
I
store.
definitely have been told that before when I worked in the Detroit area. I was told because there would be Middle Eastern men that would come in, and it was
Mm-hmm.
just this particular group of Middle Eastern men. They preferred African American women, and I was told, along with two other girls, be nice to them, be extra nice, like, and that's just what it
Right.
was.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it was like, damn, is that how y'all see me? It kind of was one of those moments of like, well, let me do what I have to do to help out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it just is what it is. It's not like it's the worst thing in the world, but I will definitely say, excuse me, y'all. Y'all know the princess is battling a cold, girl. It's one of those things where when you're dealing with sexism in any situation, it's never fun. And it's always a situation where you have to think wisely about how am I going to handle this and how am I going to reverse it. And I think it happens even worse when you're Black because people instantly misogynize you to be like, well, you's a Black girl, you're dressing sexual as to what people like to think,
Mm-hmm.
and you are doing these things, so this is how you must want to be treated. Which in actuality, that's never the case.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how it goes at all. But you have to learn how to take the proper steps to be like, okay, I'm gonna flip this and work it. Because it sounds bad to say that in sexism that there is two sides to it, but there is.
Yep.
There is a side of sexism where, oh, my live video pause, girl, will be okay. There's a side of sexism. Hey, girl. There's a side of sexism that
That's
is, I am being treated as though I'm an object.
Mm-hmm.
I am being treated as though
Hey.
I am objectified. I am not being treated equal, and I'm not being treated like a person.
Mm-hmm.
And then there comes the part of sexism that I've learned how to work to the best of my ability, which is, okay, if you are now going to treat me like I'm an object, treat me like I'm an item, I am going to make that work to the best of my ability.
Mm-hmm.
If I have to flip my hair and spray on a little bit more perfume and perk my head all the way over and blink a little bit more to get where I need to be, I am going to do that. If I might have to wear something just a little bit tighter on a certain day,
Mm-hmm.
I will do what I have to do to get ahead. Because at this point in 2018, and with the president we have in
Sexism.
charge, I feel as though at this point, women and some men alike, depending on what you're doing, what field you're in, where you're in, whatever is happening,
Mm-hmm.
at this point, if someone is going to treat you with a misogynistic way or they're going to push sexism on you, then you might as well go on ahead and work it to the best of your ability. I mean, I know in the past, years ago, especially with older men, it was bad.
Oh my gosh. It's still bad.
It
It's
was
still
bad.
bad.
It was so bad with older men.
It's
Older
so
men could
bad.
not wait. They could not wait to be creepy. But, I mean, it is what it is. Oh, and hey to everybody on Kareem's Live. I'm
We live on
Jay.
Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
How you doing?
Starting
And
a
I have
conversation.
just a splash in my glass. It's nothing major. And we've been talking about body shaming and sexism. So if anybody has anything to throw out there about the topic, feel free.
Mhm.
We started with body shaming and just discussing it. And actually, what I meant to do was explain what body shaming is. It's the practice of making critical, potential, humiliating comments about a person's body size or weight. And to me, I just feel as though I know a lot of people. Girl, I don't know why my live paused, but it's fine. We're gonna end it. Anyway, y'all. I just feel as though with the whole body shaming thing is that a lot of people tend to think that body shaming only goes one way. And it spans the whole spectrum. It does not matter if you are like me, a tooth, you are a piece of asparagus. Okay, you are shaped up and down, sis, like the London Bridge. You just right there. It does not matter if you are that perfect Coca-Cola body shape or you are
Mhm.
bigger. At this point, no one is really safe from the body shaming. No one is excluded from it.
Mhm.
Because if you have, especially with social media, if you
Oh
have
my
an
gosh.
ounce of breath in your body while taking a picture, you're labeled as fat. You're labeled
You
as,
too, Jen. Hi.
hey. But if you have an ounce of breath in a picture and you're not sucking in and pushing out,
Mhm.
you're labeled as fat. If a certain type of man doesn't see you as beautiful, you're labeled as not as pretty.
Yep.
In our society, your features are even labeled as not as good.
We just were talking about people thinking that, oh, you cute to be a dark skinned girl.
Yeah, I've
That
been
is
told that
not
many a
a
time.
compliment. That is not a
That's
compliment. That is
not
not a
at
compliment.
all. It's not.
If
It's not nice.
you are going to say that to me, that just
Maybe
means
I could
that
try to go live. Let's see. I don't know how.
you trying to tell me that, okay, if I was lighter, I would be, a little bit prettier.
Yeah.
But because I'm dark skinned, you would accept it, but not really. It's whatever. And I will also say that men go through the same thing.
Hmm.
I've seen a lot of people like, oh, light skinned boys softer or
Hmm.
dark skinned boys to beat a bitch up. And it's like, the I have seen abuse
Oh, why is it
from
backwards?
many colors. Oh my God.
Oh my God, girl,
I
what
have
is
seen
happening?
abuse from many colors. It's not just, oh, he light skinned
No.
and that's why he got too mad
How do
and
I
he hit
how do I
me.
stop this?
Like,
Finish.
nigga, like, ooh, oh my God. I did not mean to say that.
I'ma say niggas, because niggas ain't shit.
Dudes, if it doesn't take a certain type of color to
And
put
don't
their
mind
hands
me,
on a
guys. I'm
female.
having just a splash.
It
Just
takes
a splash.
a weak-minded person to think that you have to put your hands on somebody in order to get your point across.
Yeah.
And I will say that there have also been
Oh, I could
men
just join you.
who I am like friends with or close to, family, whatever, and they'll be like Oh my god. I'm
It's
gonna
making it
replay it.
worse.
Wait,
Making it worse.
I think I can click
Yeah,
on.
you can add me in, I think. But I had to plug my phone. But I mean,
Oh, you gotta click back on it.
oh, girl. I
So
have to
I'll
plug
wait.
my phone in. I'm getting ridiculous. I'm
But
going through technical difficulties.
there's also men who have said like, yeah, oh yeah, it's a little faulty, but you know what? Who have also been like, oh, because I'm not buff, because I'm not tall, because I'm not skinny, I'm too fat, or whatever. Men go through it too. I think they just like express it differently. Like I see a lot of young men these days on like making posts like, oh, with my fat ass, with my ugly ass. And it's like, why are you talking about yourself like this? But obviously it's because that's how they view who they are.
I feel as though people now, though, have, especially in 2018, we've become comfortable in being sensitive about certain types of things. We become so emotionally attached to saying, well, it's okay to talk about myself bad just because we feel as though people are going to come to the aid of us. We feel as though someone's going to say, as when someone's body shaming us, oh, girl, I do not know how to work this lab, girl. Y'all know I'm old, child. Oh, we starting from the beginning. Yes. Right. Oh, wait.
Like friends with, or close, or being sensitive about.
Yes, girl. Oh, girl, I'm playing games. Y'all, we are getting this together.
That added to it and fucked it up.
I got added in, and now I just found messed it all up. What happened? See, girl, this is what happened when you got an Android.
Hi, sister.
I know, oh, girl, we're not gonna start up. You know what? It's fine. It's fine.
We'll figure it out.
I know for me personally, body shaming and sexism have always gone hand in hand. I personally remember there was a time in Florida where I was just standing, waiting in the line at the liquor store. And yes, I was at the liquor store having a good old jolly time. And this man proceeded to just grab me in between my crotch because he wanted to. And when I tried to defend myself, I was told to leave the liquor store.
Yeah.
However, when my father proceeded to have a conversation with this man in private, it was no big deal. It wasn't even an issue. And
okay, I miss you too.
What I was asked exactly by
How are you?
The authoritative figures that did ask questions was, well, what were you wearing? How were you standing in the store? Which shouldn't have even have been a question. It should have been a question of, why does this person now feel comfortable enough to touch me in a manner that is not appropriate? And the thing that especially a lot of men like to do nowadays is, well, she was dressed in tight clothing. She had on leggings with a crop top. So if your daughter, that is right now a young child, once she reaches the age that I was at, because I was about 20 years old, once she reaches that age and she's standing in a liquor store, is it now okay for a man to sexualize her and grope and grab on her in that manner? Oh, no, not my baby. So why is it not okay? Men need to think in the same fashion. And I'm not just blaming it on men, because I have definitely been in the gay club, girl, and had a stud or two come up on me and just grab. And it's still that same token of, well, why is this okay for you to physically touch me? Yes, I may be wearing a dress. Yes, my shirt may be low cut, but that does not mean that it is okay for anyone else to touch me.
Yep. I will even put it in a
Girl,
different context. And I guess this context is less sexual, but I have a 2-year-old daughter. For people who don't know, I know obviously people who on my Facebook know I have a baby because I always upload pictures. But anytime we are out in stores, there are so many freaking people. I'm not gonna really call out no race, but I'm sure people can go ahead and just imagine that are like, I mean, because some people done been through what I'm talking about, that will be like, oh my gosh, her hair.
I finally figured out how to go live. I'm like,
Her
My
hair
phone might
is
die
so
though.
cute. Oh my gosh, can I touch it? And I'm saying can I touch it as loosely as I possibly can because they don't really ask.
What
It's
did I
more
do?
of, oh my gosh. And it's like,
Hmm.
this is a 2-year-old little girl.
Yeah.
What in the hell makes you think, for one, that she's even like, that's stranger danger?
Yeah.
Obviously, every adult teaches their child or kids who they care about
Hmm.
um that that is stranger danger.
Hmm. Hmm.
So why do you think it's okay to come and touch her or to
I'm
be
just
like, oh
having a
my
little
gosh,
splash,
look at her
girl.
skin? Or even like right now today, it will happen to me. Like people will literally come up to me and be like, I cannot believe, like, for a black girl, a
Hmm.
dark skinned black girl, that your skin is this smooth.
I have
And
that
it's
happen with
like,
my hair
it's not
though.
gonna be smooth for too much fucking longer if you keep rubbing on it.
Right.
I
If
don't
you
want you
keep
to
touching
touch
it.
me. Right.
Oh, girl.
Please stop. But it's like, why do I have to ask somebody that? Like my
Hmm.
boyfriend is mixed. His mom is white, his dad is black. And sometimes, he want his hair braided. Not often, but when I can convince him. And, one time I braided his hair and this woman had been literally trying to touch his hair all day. She finally touched it. He asked her to stop. And she's like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. And a different, coworker came up and he said, what to whatever that woman's name was, if he was doing that to you, he would be fired.
Hmm.
Charges would be pressed. So why do you think that if somebody say, I don't want you touching my hair, or you making me uncomfortable, whatever the case, for you to say it's not a big deal? It's not a big deal to you, but it is to me. So stop
Yeah.
touching me. And it's like there should be permission asked if you're like, this person's hair look nice, can I touch it? But the thing is, how do you know it didn't take me a long time to do this and you touching
Yeah.
it might ruin it? Like you don't know, but you don't care either because you're just gonna come up and touch it and you don't have the right.
See, I almost play devil's advocate and say, because I know I definitely have that happen to me when my natural hair is out, because y'all know I stay wigged up. But would I almost play devil's advocate and say, well, maybe they're just so intrigued by the hair texture. But at the same time, I mean, we're in the 21st century.
But
There's
I
nothing
mean,
not explaining our hair
right.
texture, the feel of it, that should make you want to
Hmm.
touch me. But it is, I think, almost just that much of that intriguing feeling.
I think even to flip it around, if I was to see someone, because obviously my hair is coarse. I haven't had a perm in 3 years. It's
Mm.
natural. If I was to go up to
Child, I put a
someone,
relaxer in my hair and it's still natural, girl. It bounced
if
back.
I was to go up to someone, an Asian person, a Hispanic person, even white,
Mhm.
and obviously they all have different hair than me, go up to them and just run my fingers through their hair, like,
They would be
oh
offended.
my gosh, how did you get your hair like this? What products do you use? How do you get it to stay this way?
They
And
would
it's
be
like,
offended.
why do you think it's okay to touch someone else? Like that don't make sense. What I just said, it does not make sense. It don't even feel right
Mhm.
coming out of my mouth. So it's like when other people do it to me, it's like it to me, I shouldn't have to say don't touch me or please stop because it's common sense. Just like in
Mhm.
a sexual manner, it will be common sense. If you come up and you rub my leg and I move away, what makes you think that an advancement is wanted then if
Yeah.
I'm moving away from you? Or saying no or saying stop or crying or whatever the case is so many people who act like they just don't understand, they just don't get it. And I mean, I'm honestly confused as to how you could not.
Again, I'm telling you, that goes back to this 2018 mentality of what? Girl, listen, girl, it was a long night. But no, it goes back to this 2018 mentality of in 2018, it is perfectly, and I'm saying this as though, as not as though, as how I've seen it. In 2018, it is perfectly fine to call someone fat. It is fine to call someone anorexic. It is fine to call someone poor. It is fine to sexualize someone. It is fine to make someone cry. It is fine to bully someone. It is fine to attack people. It is fine to make people feel as though they're not even warranted or wanted on this earth. 2018 has been the most emotional and desensitizing, but
Hmm.
sensitizing year of 28, of not even 2018, just of the century. I really feel this, well, 2017 to 2018, because Y'all all know what happened late 2017, girl.
I think
We
that
know.
people just, because of social media, because of I have this thing that I'm hiding behind, they feel more comfortable
And
to make fun of and laugh at things that they would normally
yeah.
laugh at in real life.
And
Like,
hashtag not allegedly. Y'all know I'm bold as hell. Anybody out there that knows me knows I'm bold as hell. Also, because of President Donald J. Trump, people are feeling as though they can now say and do whatever. And
yep.
that's just how it is.
And it has, I personally, like me personally, one thing that I don't think is funny is for people to like make fun of fat people. I don't
Yeah,
think it's
I
funny.
don't find that funny
I
at all.
think that to be a bigger person, sometimes, it's just genetic. Sometimes
Hmm.
people can't help it. It's just, you can see like childhood pictures up until now and they've always been bigger. And sometimes people go through something and it makes them overeat. It makes them feel like eating or restaurants or whatever the case, like that's a comfort to them. So now, um they're stuck in it. They're like,
Hmm.
I eat, I feel good, and then after I'm done eating, I feel bad, and the only way to feel good again is to eat some more.
Hmm.
And so, I
I know for me personally,
just
like
I don't think it's
with
funny.
what I'm personally going through right now, I had a okay, excuse me, y'all. I have a slight cough. I'm getting over a cold. Anybody out there that knows about emotional eating, let me tell you something right now. I bought the 40 pack of Rice Krispie treats. They were for my god kids. I have eaten them down to 10.
Mhm.
And I'm this big, girl, this big. And I emotionally stress eat.
Mhm.
And so when people say things about anyone that's bigger, stress eating or not watching their weight or being more careful, I find it to be BS because I stress eat. Like I will legit wake up out of my sleep and get up and go find something to eat and then go
Yeah.
back to sleep because that's just how my body functions.
Mhm.
And I know for me, like how I was saying, I've always heard you need to eat more. But
Yeah, when I after I had Davina, I went through postpartum, and it was so like I isolated myself from everyone.
mhm,
I would lock myself in a room. It would just be me and her. I was breastfeeding. And I was so afraid to be without her. It was ridiculous. Like even, my mom and Davina's dad and, close friends, they would be
mhm.
like, girl, the probability of her getting kidnapped is low, but there's
You'd
a
be like,
probability.
bitch, let's go
Right. But I was
out.
like, but there's a chance, a slight chance. And I was running myself so crazy. There was a point in time where I would get up every single night between 3 a.m. and 3:30 a.m. and eat. And I don't mean like, oh, girl, I'm about to grab me a snack, a little, I mean, eat, like probably make a full meal or, something for myself that it was not anywhere near
Girl, right here.
healthy. And
Ain't nothing wrong with a little fried chicken at 3 a.m. in the morning, girl.
and then lay right back down after pumping, of course.
With a little bit of cornbread on the side. Girl, and you gotta use buttermilk when you make the
hmm
cornbread, honey.
And then so of course I got bigger. And now I'm probably like the heaviest I've ever been, which is, I mean, to some people, they're like, oh, okay, that's not that bad. And to other people, they're like, damn. But like, I went so long on Facebook without uploading pictures, without uploading videos. Like this is face to face. But
Yeah.
full body, that wasn't me. Like I would take selfies, sure, cool, that's fine. I'm at work, I'm gonna be like, hey. But on my birthday, I uploaded pictures of myself.
Snatched.
And there were people, it was more than one. So I'm not
Snatched.
calling one specific person out. It was more than one person that was like, damn, you got big. And to me, Davina waking up. And to
Oh,
me, that was like, it was irritating because I'm myself. So
yeah.
I see myself every fucking day. You don't have to tell me that I've gained weight. I know what a scale is. I buy my own clothing just in case anybody
Mhm.
was, worried about that or whatever. I buy my clothes and I understand that 2 years ago I was wearing 3 sizes smaller and now I
No, and you
can't.
know what's funny is that a lot of people, pulling it back into our topic of body shaming, a lot of people tend to think that because they are saying something on social media or on a picture or on a video or whatever the case may be, that they're doing constructive criticism. Or that because, girl, you need a little splash.
Yes.
You need just a little splash. Just a little splash. But they tend to feel as though they're helping by making a comment saying, wow, girl, what happened? You got bigger since the last time I saw you. And this does tend to happen a lot in families. And the thing that people don't understand is that is body shaming. Like, listen, girl, listen to me, Aunt Linda, Aunt Gia, Aunt Nicole. Okay, sis, you telling me I don't need to go back to the macaroni and cheese plate is not helping, sis, because I did not bring up that you've been 3 husbands down in the hole. So you
Right.
commenting on my picture like, "Ooh, girl, your hips looking a little big." It's kind of like, it's like, well, damn, are you on my side or are you not?
Right.
It's like that's still a form of body shaming. And at the end of the day, no matter how much constructive criticism you may feel as though you are giving to someone, you are trying to tear that person down. And by you making that comment, you're literally projecting how you feel as though about yourself, whether you're skinny or big. You're projecting, or you're thick, girl, in the middle. Okay, you thick like a Coca-Cola bottle, girl. You got it going on like a Pitbull video from 2005. Either way, you're projecting some type of self-hate that you have for yourself onto others. And no one can help you with that issue other than yourself.
Right.
But what you're doing is spewing that potential hate into someone else to keep it going. And that's what I don't like. Is like, because I've always had to hear the opposite of like, wow, girl, you look really. We both live in the same apartment complex. And I went into our office, and one of the girls in there was telling me how thin I looked. I was just trying to pay my rent. Just trying to pay my rent. She was like, wow, no, you look like Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen sickly. Girl.
What the fuck? But you know what? People will say
I was
stuff
dead.
like that.
I was done. And she chuckled about it. She's like, girl, it's fine. And I was like,
people will say stuff like that and not think twice about it. Like, okay, I saw this. I follow this girl on Facebook and Instagram and everything else, and she uploaded a video saying that if somebody is not trying to get skinny, calling them skinny is the same thing as calling a fat person fat. Like, you not gonna come up to me and be like, "Damn, like what the."
Like, girl, eat something.
And it's like, why do you think that is okay? Because you don't know how much I eat. You don't feed me.
Because I surely ate a whole DiGiorno last night.
Hi, sugar mama. Hey, baby. She like, oh, I can't stand y'all. You took a nice little old nap. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, big girl.
You got your beads, girl.
But yeah,
they're crazy.
I don't know. It was just weird for me. Like,
be careful, mama.
I'll put it away. It was just weird for me having like, I don't know, like going from being like so confident to like then going through that depression. Then people like, the whole time, like
that part.
Yeah. Anytime I would be like, I'm depressed. Oh, I feel bad. I look ugly, whatever. A whole bunch of people will be like, no, you're beautiful, blah, 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 blah. And those are some of the same people who, when I post pictures, they're like, okay, look at your little gut. Look at your them little rolls coming out on the side. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know what do you think that you're accomplishing by that? But it's the same thing with my natural hair. And I mean, nobody will discourage me from that because I switched to natural for health reasons.
Yeah.
But it's been family members like, okay, I do hair and I do my daughter's hair.
I used to be a kitchen beautician, honey. Down to where I would burn you during the press, girl, but your wrap would flow.
Oh my God. And so it was this one time I took her to see my family.
Girl,
I was, this is so embarrassing. And so my auntie was like, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I mean. The mama look a mess and the daughter looks snatched. You don't do your hair before you do your daughter hair. You come out looking any kind of way so your daughter could look good. And I dead ass had just
hair was tight, hair was right, baby hairs were laid. Girl, the baby hair was pomade. Okay, not gel. It was swoop. It
Girl.
was TLC left eye nasty done.
And she was like, "It's good that you take the time to do your daughter hair, and you what is it? Sacrificing
I'm
your
head slap my
beauty
tongue.
for your child. You sacrificing your beauty, and it's like." I thought, low key, I was
We
cute.
were
I did the
both
little faux locks
popping.
or whatever, did the little, and she was like, Nah, no, your daughter cute though." And I mean, I took that as a compliment because my baby is a reflection of me. But I was like, damn, okay.
Like, let me know how you really feel.
And sometimes you can't tell a black auntie that. You
You
can't.
can't tell a black auntie nothing. Listen, honey. Yes, mama, that's right. Listen, y'all. I had did my hair in twist one time back in the day with a little nasty swoop bang. Y'all know I had a relaxer, so it was broke off. It was broke off in the front. It was broke off in the back, but the middle was growing, girl. Okay, I was looking like a real cute
See, I was doing
porcupine.
the opposite.
Really,
Yes, my middle stop. My middle was like,
girl. If I had anything, y'all, I had hang time in the middle. I was like a pair of drapes hanging from a chandelier, baby. It was there. I could do a ponytail, but the front was broke, the back was gone, the middle was there. And I had did some twisties into a nasty high ponytail with a swoop bang. I will never forget. My auntie looked me dead in my heart and soul, and she was like, "Girl, why you coming out that bathroom so soon and your hair so nappy? What you doing right there? You parting your hair out to press it?" I was like, "Wow, I just did a fresh, super extra strength relaxer. I just flat ironed and ran press and comb through my hair, twisted it, threw some jam, because y'all know jam was the bad. Jam was the bad.
that and that brown gel that ain't never come out.
I gotta drive it at home right now. That's how I'm going. I do not care about my natural hair at all.
But I think that for so long when we come back to okay body shaming or even like being your natural self shaming, it was so
I've
like
been spotted, y'all.
right, she like, what you mean? It's been so like normal for people to be like, oh girl, you need to do something with that head. And it's like, first of all, I did something to my
Like I
hair.
did do my hair.
This is done. This was my end result. And they like,
I'm like, no.
nah, poor baby. That's probably why she don't go out no more, y'all. You know that, right?
They're like, she never learned. And I swear to God, back in the day, body shaming back in the day came in all forms. I could moisturize my face and put on a little powder foundation, and they would tell me like, "Wow, you ain't put no lotion on your face,
You look a little dry. What?
girl."
And like I can laugh about it now,
Yeah,
but as a kid,
but
I
at the
did.
time, it hurt
Yeah.
because, and it is still a form of body shaming. It's called face shaming, hair shaming, and even though I have discussed, sorry, y'all, I mean these mots, these mott's fruit snacks. These are the bomb. I have another pack. I got another pack, girl.
Because Arena show like those was nice.
She's like, "You playing?" But it's just, oh, girl, you got a whole message.
Oh my god.
It just, I don't know. A lot of things that people do as far as body shaming or sexism, they don't understand that it does affect someone on the inside. Because on the outside, you can be as strong as you want to be, but on the inside is where, it really starts to crumble. You like, what did Tupac say, y'all? Dying inside, but outside, you looking fearless. Okay? Keep that as a motto. And I mean, to me, it's not, I don't know. Especially with sexism, for me personally, I don't know about you, but there's two sides of it. Like how I was saying, is there's a side where I can spin it to be what I want it to be, and there's a side where I'm just being, there people are holding things against me, and it is what it is. And then with body shaming, I know that for me, there came a point where I had to choose. Either I'm going to like myself, I'm going to love myself, or I'm going to succumb to the pressures of society, and I am going to be in a constant peril and a constant look at me using words like peril, girl. Just a splash, girl. I've had just a splash. I'm going to come to a place where I'm going to be okay. Because I mean, you look at so many famous people, like we have Demi Lovato, who just overdosed, who literally had a documentary where she said she suffered from drug abuse, alcohol abuse, and body dysmorphia. Even now, she had got over the drug. Well, y'all listen, allegedly, allegedly, girl. Let me just a splash, girl.
Look,
We thought she had got over.
mm-mm. Hey, Titi.
We thought that she had got over the drugs, but you know, we love you, Demi. Come on back, girl. We watched you on Disney Channel.
Come on
And
back.
you went through
Now,
some
you
body
cute.
shaming.
You cute.
And girl,
Okay.
you was popping for the kids. But you know, girl, we just gonna go ahead like the Queen Supreme Court. Look, we don't know. We don't know if it's real, Demi, but you know, we do know that you did suffer body shaming and you suffered into a overdose again. And you know, much like that, you look at famous people like that and think, wow, what have they had to go through?
Mm-hmm.
And they can say, like, I've been body shamed. And it's still, you see how even with the money, the fame, you're beautiful, you're amazing. Girl, when Kanye West sat down to TMZ, honey, when he was the horse that was led to water, but the whole damn creek was dry. And he said, I got liposuction for y'all to not call me fat. That shows you how, while Kanye is not invited to the cookout, Omarosa got his spot in line. She trying to find some of the perk. Omarosa is trying to find some of the perk right now.
Yeah, but she still don't get no pass from me.
And she don't get no biscuits. She don't get no Kool-Aid. And she don't get no chicken.
She can have some hot dogs with the kids because it's too late for her to eat the ribs. It's
at
too
the
late.
kids' table.
It's too late. Yeah.
But it just goes to show you that even these famous people still suffer with these issues that they are told from being children about their weight, about their size, or about their image. And a lot of people don't understand that.
Like, you know, somebody who's coming out about it, K. Michelle, and even look at me. Even Cardi B.
Just a splash.
When she, you know, first started dancing or whatever, she was dancing at white clubs. And you know, white girls, I mean, I don't want to say white girls. I will say that the people who attended this club, they were more attracted to big-breasted women. And so she felt like, you know, damn, you know, I'm flat-chested. If I had, you know, bigger titties, I would get more money and I will be able to help my family out more, you know, whatever. And so she got a breast augmentation. And it worked for her. It made her feel better about herself. And I applaud that. And I would never tell nobody to stop, you know, or not, or don't do something that make them feel better about themselves. But it was like, you know, she, you know, that happened to her. And it was so effective mentally that she changed herself physically. And then even with K. Michelle, she admitted to, you know, getting the silicone implants in her butt.
Honey, and she went down and got the hot Bisquick. And I love Kimberly. But she got the Bisquick, honey, injected 5 times in 6 different places, honey.
And it looked good. Let me tell you this.
It looked.
I was like,
it looked gosh darn good for a period of years.
Ain't nothing better than the big booty. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But that's my personal
opinion. And in the words of Cardi B, with thighs to match. She did it right.
She said it. That's true. That's true. But she recently came out on, you know, the Steve Harvey show and everything like that. Like, I've had so many health issues. Exactly. My knees bad, my back bad, you know, blah, blah. And she got some of her silicone removed. I don't think she got all of it removed, but most of it.
She has to do another procedure.
Oh my gosh, she's just gonna give me one. And it's got cat hair on it.
That's it.
Oh my God. Okay. But yeah, it was. I think I really applaud her for being like, look, I did this.
They is not playing with you.
Right? She's like, I did this. Hey, Misha. I did this. I thought it was gonna make me feel better. It's made me feel worse. This is the downside to plastic surgery, y'all. And it's like, not too many celebrities will come around and be like, look, I messed up. I thought I had it going on and I don't. Hey,
I feel as though whenever a celebrity comes out to say, I messed up,
it's fucking around in the kitchen. I got it.
Girl, listen right here, girl, because when you got a toddler, honey, you got to make sure you don't leave hanging on live. Girl! No, but I feel as though whenever any celebrity comes out about a body issue or anything like that, they come out about it because they realize that they have made a mistake. And they realize that whatever they done injected, whatever they plumped up, as good as they may look, because Kylie Jenner is a plastic walking, talking
Hey,
Barbie doll,
cousin.
and I'm fine with
Oh
that.
my God.
But because I don't fault like Kylie Jenner, she is one of the most popular, well-known celebrities for having work done. I absolutely don't fault her. Kylie Jenner looks amazing. She looks like she's 25 when she should really be 21. But the problem with Kylie Jenner and with other girls, yeah, she just turned 21. Oh my God, my auntie calling me. We're not gonna do that. She real sanctified. But anyway, is that she wanted to hide her surgeries so much.
Yes, Grandpa, this is my best friend.
Hello. And if you're honest and open about it, I feel as though you get a more receptive answer back because I feel like more people respect you better if you're honest about, your body image and how you feel. If you're honest about it, especially as though you're a celebrity. When you're trying to hide it and you're trying to keep it a secret, people don't feel as good about it. Ooh.
Look at that pretty girl.
She's like, yes, honey.
I just livened up y'all video.
She's like, I just made a real live up in here. But I don't know. I feel as though, like, for instance, Black China, after the, it was out here, after the whole Tiger Tobacco girl, Black China, after the whole Tiger Tobacco and the whole, I paid so much money for her to get her body redone. What's wrong with that? You know what I mean? That's that girl's job.
Paid the money.
Yeah, and I feel as though Black China's job is to be pretty, wear lace fronts, have no edges, and not know what to talk about. So, therefore, her job is her body and her face. So, why not pay for it to get done? I feel as though if anybody has a body issue that they don't like about themselves, and you have the means and the money to get it taken care of, there is nothing wrong with that. But that goes hand in hand with body shaming. People feel as though when someone gets work done, that they are now able to drag them or talk bad about them. Pretty much they want a 50 Cent Vivica Fox them, drag them by the edges, and make them feel bad at whatever is going on. Girl, 50 Cent drags Vivica Fox by her edges every time. 50, listen, 50 Cent, you drag Vivica Fox by her lashes, her edges, by her eyebrow hairs, everything. It doesn't matter. 50 Cent cannot wait to drag. So my thing is that if we're gonna body shame someone for being too big or too thin, or we're gonna body shame someone for being the appropriate fashion nova, the ideal body size nowadays, and then we're gonna go on ahead and body shame them for getting surgery done. What is this ideal body type? What is
Okay. Go ahead.
She got you together. She got you together real quick.
Sit right here. She was like, I'm about to sit on the fucking couch.
She's like, I'm not in your video. Don't play with me. But you know what I mean? Is that even when people are paying to have this image, or they're working out, or they're doing whatever it takes, you're not good enough, you're skinny, you're not good enough, you're thick, you're not good enough, you're big, you're not good enough, you're surgically enhanced. At this point, it doesn't matter. And I'm just like, sis.
I think that
what's good?
Even recently, when people promote
Girl, I'm just gonna
self-love,
go ahead and have a little bit, just the rest of the splash, girl.
Who was it? Whose song was that? I want to say Kendrick Lamar, but I feel like people.
Kendrick when he said,
I want to see something
real with natural or afros and stretch marks.
There you go. Stretch marks. And it's like it was a lot of people like, wow, why would he say that? Bitch, because that's what he like.
He said what he said, and he meant what he meant.
Exactly. He like, I like a natural woman. A little bit of flubber ain't never hurt nobody. That's
a little
cool.
bit of something ain't never stopped nobody from doing whatever they're doing.
But yeah, I think
she definitely thinks it's
like the moral of our stories today is that it's okay to love yourself, and if you don't love you, nobody will. Yeah. And I hate to say it like that because of course people have parents and family members that are like, "Oh, I love you," whatever. It's about when you look in the mirror, if you do not love what you see, nobody will, because it's inevitable for you to be like, somebody like trying to give you a compliment and you like, oh no, oh not today, I don't think so. But it's like,
sorry y'all,
if
side
you
note, this goes in with body shaming. This is my second Rice Krispie treat, and I am this big.
and then it's like, if you have that confidence, nobody can take it from you.
Yeah.
Nobody. And that's why when I see pictures of or videos of bigger girls going out and she got the little tube top in. Okay. She got the little tube top on, the little stomach out or whatever, and people like, making fun of her, like sharing her video
I don't
to
understand
laugh.
that because
To me, I applaud.
beauty.
Yeah, I applaud that person because I could never. And I'm not even as big as some of these girls. I just know like Davina gave me so many stretch marks. And so now I'm like, oh my gosh, no, can't nobody see it, can't nobody see
crazy?
it. And her dad is always like, he has always told me that I became more beautiful to him after he watched me give birth to his child than anything I had done before. And it was like, to me, it took me a long time to be like, you know what, I was strong as fuck. As fuck. I had her natural, and girl, I pushed through.
Never would have made it.
And then my mama was there to be like, girl, you got this. Because my mama show was like, come on now, baby. Can't nobody do it for you. I can't do it for you. And I was like, you know what?
Sister. Because when you can go through birth natural, let me tell you something. You can crush cars with your foot. You can kick buildings down. You can bust anybody in their mouth. It don't matter. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I am. I had an 8-pound little baby and I survived through it. And you know what? That's saying something because it is a lot of moms who don't survive through it. And it's hard on your body, it's hard on your mind. And I don't mean don't survive through birth. Mm-hmm. I mean also and accompanying with birth, don't survive through what comes afterwards. Because like I said, I had postpartum, and there's so many people who harm themselves or who
and that's something that a lot of people don't talk about. A lot of people don't talk about it's almost a sense of body shaming and mental shaming that you do to yourself after you have a baby with the postpartum. Because little do you know, more women than what you would actually commonly think go through postpartum.
And it's not something that you get over like, oh, it's my 6 weeks and I got to go back to work and now I don't got postpartum no more. No, baby. Mine was a year and 2 months. And I know that exactly because I just woke up one day and I was like, you know what? I've been through all of this. I did all of this. I've raised this daughter. Bless you. And my kid's father have 2 older girls who I help him and his child's mother bring up. And I feel like, I've come through all of this and I am somebody's role model. Somebody does look up to me. I have several younger sisters. Mm-hmm. And, I deserve to be somebody's, hero. Mm-hmm. And whether everybody feel like that or not, I feel like that. So that's what brought me out of it is like, I deserve this.
And listen, if Beyonce can be a shero, I can at least be Michelle in the background.
Girl. Michelle.
Girl, listen, I done tripped a couple times, girl.
She take that back. She meant Kelly. She meant Kelly.
Kelly know how to hit a 1-2 boom cat.
Boom cat.
But I done tripped a couple times, honey, okay? Sometimes you gotta trip, stumble, and follow your path to get to where you're going in your path of greatness.
Absolutely. And you know what? Michelle went through all of that and she became a gospel singer and she blew up in the gospel community and can't nobody take that from her.
Right back down them steps.
Oh my God.
They hit me, or not hit me, when they were doing my breath. She fell right back down them steps on BT. It was sad.
This is exactly why. I knew this was a good idea,
she missed the boom cat at the Super Bowl, girl. Her body looked good. Wasn't nobody body shaming her, but she missed the boom cat, and they said her sewing was a little off, so her forehead was a little big.
Girl,
Again,
look, but
and
you ain't hear from me.
the words of the Korean Supreme Court, allegedly, and we don't know.
You
We
ain't
don't
hear from
know.
me. You ain't hear
But
from me.
they said that her sewing a couple of her tracks and her bang was a little loose and it was slipping
Look,
back.
y'all, we gonna be doing this every Sunday, and I want y'all to remember who the petty one is. It's Jay.
Call me Petty Patty Kelly Ann with an E.
Oh my god.
Or Mary Beth with an
I
E.
prefer Mary Beth. Mary.
But yeah, with an E.
And that's it.
That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Lock the door. Don't let Junior in.
Girl.
If y'all don't know where Junior is from, you're too young for me.
You too young. Look, if you don't know where Junior's from and why you gotta lock him out, you more than too young. You fucked up in the head.
Go
and
I
can't. I cannot. I can't. No.
Because they were body shaming in that whole movie.
Girl. Body shaming, work job shaming. Look at me. I would say this. Any job to somebody else is something that they just would not do. So to me, if you making money and it's paying your bills or paying for whatever you need to survive, baby, keep doing it. If you like doing it and it's not paying your bills or paying for you to survive, keep doing it because that's what you want to do. I hate when people be like, "Oh, I'll never be a stripper. They some hoes." Like, just
strippers
because
are actually some of the best people I know. Girl, I'm not gonna lie, they're some of the nicest and best
most
people.
accepting, like loving, like come on. And so even like us, like we work in healthcare, and there's so many people that's like, I cannot wipe ass all day. You think for 8 fucking hours?
That's what I do all day,
and that's it? No, it's other stuff. It's other stuff. It's more to
actually,
it.
For 3 of those hours, I do puzzles. Thank you.
I go on walks. I go to the mall. I go grocery shopping. I go on appointments.
I mean, daddies in white coats with I'm sorry. I mean, doctors.
Doctors.
With a Z.
And police officers too. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But you know what? Whatever you find excitement in, whatever makes you love yourself, do that.
Yeah.
No matter what. And it might be hard in the beginning because, like I said, when I first started YouTube, I thought I was, about to run through. But that depression was like.
That's what stopped me was my depression, my anxiety, and along with that, like how we started off saying body shaming and sexism. It definitely came into play in the comments. People are honestly, horrible. Before we end this, before we go anywhere, people are cutthroat. People are blunt. People do not care about emotions or feelings anymore in 2018.
You can't have them. You can't have them.
They don't really care if whatever they say, like people will say things about your hair, your nose, your nail beds, your kneecaps. Someone will point out that your toes are ashy and they can't even see them. So at the end of the day, you have to learn to love your body. You have to stand in the mirror, and it sounds corny, but you have to tell yourself, I love myself. Whether it's I love my rolls, I love my ribs, girl, if you can see your spine,
girl,
sis, get the Pediasure.
I love this. I love it.
Girl, I'm just saying though, from one asparagus shaped girl to another, if you can see your spine, get some Pediasure now. Go ahead, get your Pediasure and something to thicken up. But you have to tell yourself that you love those things. Because if you can't love yourself, you can't do nothing in this world. You have to learn how to feel comfortable in yourself. And if you still can't find that confidence, look to famous people or people in science or people in history that were your size that made a difference in the world. And you know what?
I will be the first to tell you, fake it till you make it. Because if you go out, and even if it's fake confidence, you go out, look, I got these little booty shorts on. If I go out, I hold my head up high and got a little smile on my face or a little mug. And I'm like, it's whatever.
Because I don't stay happy when I all the time.
And people will be like, oh my gosh, you're so cute. You're so cute. Ooh, smile sometimes. You look good. Ooh, you want me to buy you that drink, girl? Yes.
Absolutely.
I sure do. I was just parched. Yes, I want you to. And that's how it starts.
And I get the most expensive drink on the menu. I'll never go cheap, honey.
So don't offer her shit, y'all.
If you tell me you buying my drink at the bar, I'm not going for no $4 drink. I want the $9 one, and you got a tip.
She want everything.
You got a tip. I want some fries from the bar, and I might want a burger.
That's a long night because she for sure She for sure wants that burger.
Hashtag through this body shaming video. Hashtag skinny fat ass. I want it all. I need it all.
See, me personally, it's so funny that you say that skinny fat ass because, like, oh, obviously not with Mo. That's Davina dad. With Mo, look, I'm about to have for my birthday. He took me out. I had steak and shrimp, mashed potatoes, and broccoli, and then I had two margarita. I was slamming. But when I go out, like as a group, like as a work group, you know, I'm a supervisor, so sometimes we go out for business lunches, and like, you know, I'll be like, oh, I just had, you know,
a little. The last time I had to do a meeting for work, I had guac and chips.
And I was
hungry. I was starving, girl. I just wanted a morsel. Everybody else had like wet burritos, enchiladas,
big ass, like,
no, they had like horchata and like tacos, and I just was like, I just want a little. They had the nerve to ask me, "Do you want the large guacamole?" I was like, "Oh my god!"
I gotta watch this.
I wanted the extra large. So I just suffered, and then, girl, messed around and left the guacamole in the car.
Oh my god!
Couldn't even eat it later. Girl, it was disrespectful.
That's low key.
Girl, I felt like
that would have ruined my whole day.
I felt like I was Safari and the guacamole was A1.
But you know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna talk about it because I'm not gonna
talk about Love and Hip Hop. But I felt like I was Safari and that guacamole was A1 and my chips got a Lyrica. Just play.
Girl, what she said? You told me Safari did wrap around his leg. I was like, what? Hello?
Like what? Come back. Baby, come back.
You gotta tell me the whole story now. How
I need to know. I need to know.
The wrap around the leg. Where did that come from?
Damn. Okay, tell me something. Highly.
Look, you know,
probably.
Yeah, this don't went on long enough. It's been a long time. Look, that's an hour and 12 minutes
and counting.
Girl.
You know, like 19 kids are counting, but they had to cancel their show. We all know why, and it wasn't because of body shaming. Maybe next week.
Definitely next week.
Even though the two girls both got their own show.
And they still should popping, but okay, y'all.
All right, we're gonna let y'all go or whatever.
We're gonna go on and end it. Oh, what do you mean? I know how to do it.
Girl.